But if there is a blue wave that's encompassing the whole country, why isn't it happening in Maryland and in Massachusetts? Well, as Garrity points out, Maryland has a Republican governor, Larry Hogan. Massachusetts has a Republican governor, and Charlie Baker. Now, let me be clear on this. These are not conservatives. I'm not suggesting that. These guys don't want my support. I'm not offering it to them. But I am suggesting to you they're probably far better than their Democrat alternatives. If there's a legitimate blue wave, then why is Larry Hogan annihilating his competition, Ben Jealous, right now in polling in the Maryland governor's race? Charlie Baker in Massachusetts, one of the most popular Republican governors in the country. I'm just saying, if there's a blue wave, why isn't it happening there? Point number 2, Texas. Everybody's all excited about Beto O'Rourke in Texas, the Democrat running against Ted Cruz. I think Ted's going to be fine. Ted Cruz is a good man. Disclosure, I hate the term full disclosure. It's a disclosure or it's not. Ted Cruz endorsed me in my runs, one of my runs for office. I know him. We're not personal friends, but I like Ted Cruz a lot. I think he's one of the finest ambassadors for conservatism we have. But that doesn't impact at all my analysis of this. I think he's going to be fine in this Senate race. But again, if there's a blue wave, it should be showing up in Texas as well, which we've heard. Producer Denise lives in Texas. Denise, how many times have we heard, Texas, it's going blue. It's going blue. Do you not hear this all the time out there? This is it. This is the year.
Hope.
The Democrats.
Dallas and Houston. They hope.
Every time, right? Every time. Texas is going blue. It's not happening. It's like Fetch. We need that Fetch thing. That'd be the greatest thing ever. That's my favorite. It's like Fetch for Mean Girls. It's not going to happen. Although Ted Cruz may be in a relatively tight race because the media is hyping up Beto. Greg Abbott, the governor, is up by 19 points. He's crushing his competition in the polls. So again, are there going to be some blue pickups? Probably. Is there a blue wave? Only in the media, as of now. Point number 3, Florida, my home state, which I love, the Sunshine State. Although the sun, man, we got to get that. It's been a lot of clouds in Florida. I'm a little upset. The last month has been a little cloudy. The Sunshine State, if there's a blue wave, how is it that Democrat incumbent Senator Bill Nelson, the guy's been in office since 1492. He's been in office forever. Bill Nelson is as establishment Democrat politician down here. This guy should be running away with this Senate seat down here in Florida, a swing state, by a landslide. He's not. Rick Scott, the Republican governor who is term limited, running against Bill Nelson for this U.S. Senate seat, is actually up in the polls. Now, Nelson could pull it out. It's a tight race. But again, the point isn't is Nelson going to win or not. The point is, if there's a blue wave encompassing the whole country, why isn't it in Maryland? Why isn't it in Massachusetts? Why isn't it in Texas? And why isn't it in the swing state of Florida? Maybe because voters have a brain. I'm a supporter of the president. I don't run from that at all. I'm proud of that. Some aren't, though. But some Republican voters who maybe don't support the president support Rick Scott, support Ted Cruz, support Greg Abbott, support Larry Hogan, and support Charlie Baker. Matter of fact, as evidenced by what's going on in Maryland and Massachusetts, some Democrats support them too. 4, New Jersey. Wait, you may say, clearly you got that wrong. You mean New Mexico? You mean something else? No, I mean New Jersey. New Jersey, the Senate candidate there on the Democrat side, incumbent Bob Menendez, in real trouble. Real trouble. Bob Menendez just got off that corruption trial, got off on that, but Menendez is in real trouble. Bob, I think it's Hugin, Hugin, is running against him. Now, this would be a monster upset if Bob Hugin pulls off that U.S. Senate upset. But having said that, the race is tighter than it should be. Again, refuting the point, I think, categorically, that there is some kind of massive blue wave overtaking the country. Why isn't it happening in New Jersey? If there's a blue wave, Hugin should be down by 30 points. He's not. Now, that would be an interesting pickup. 5 is just simply about the money. It's a good point. If the RNC's in so much trouble, how come they're out raising the DNC? The RNC is absolutely flush with cash right now. I think that's the Trump effect itself. So those are 5 narratives that should combat your liberal friends' narrative that there's some signs of a massive blue wave. Will they pick up some seats? As I said, probably in the House. But I don't think it's going to be a blue wave, the likes where we had when Nancy Pelosi took over the speakership. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's based on strong evidence.